Medication, weight gain, more weight gain. When does it stop? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? If we know that medication causes us to gain weight, but yet we need the medication, or we think we need the medication, and we're going to gain weight as a result. But, oh, yeah, that's right. Being overweight causes a lot more issues as well. So where do we start? What do we do with that? Hello, everyone. My name is Chris with Be Healthy, and I'm here today to talk about something that nobody wants me to talk about, and that is medication. Why are we on so many medications? I am so against medication. It's not even funny. And anybody that knows me, I am against medication. So anybody that I know that is on some kind of medication, if it is something that is not sustaining their life, or they're convinced that it's sustaining their life, and it's the only alternative that they believe it to be true is taking a medication, then I will be the first to advocate for the healthy side, because there are other alternatives. Absolutely, there are. So I want to dive right in to it's sad to hear. That's what I want to dive into. It is sad to hear the amount of people that are on medication and why they're on medication. I mean, it's hypertension. It's all. I can go on with a list, but hypertension is probably one of them. I don't agree with blood pressure meds, and if I hear one more person tell me that you can't control it, I will just scream. Blood sugar, that is another one. Type 2 but diabetes is totally self-inflicting. There are a lot of chronic conditions. There are trillions and trillions of medications being dispersed every day to people, and doctors are convincing them, whether the schools, when they teach people to be doctors, if being a doctor, that is your secret oath that you take, is to make sure that you keep everybody medicated. It's like there's no other alternative in this world. However, there is an alternative, and there are a lot of people out there that are living a life and that are being healthy without the use of medication. They are not on blood pressure meds. They are not on diabetes medication. They are not on medications that are psychotic medications because they are overweight or depressed. The amount of people that are on depressed meds, depression medication is crazy in this world. And that is like one of the first things a doctor will put you on. And I understand the concept of medications, and I know that they treat people in a lot of ways. And of course, we've come a long way with keeping us living longer. But is the longevity of medication, I mean, are we staying alive longer because of the medication? Are we finding alternative ways to stay alive longer? I don't want to believe I'm going to live till 90 because you're going to keep me medicated the whole time. I don't believe that in a second. My mom is 82. She doesn't take medications. She's on a blood pressure medication, because she's overweight though. And I think if she drops the weight, no, I don't think, I know if she drops some of that weight, they she will not need that blood pressure medication. It doesn't run in our family. I don't even believe that as well. But my point is she doesn't need to be on it. She's overweight. And a lot of these medications make you overweight. So today's podcast is basically, I'm going to bash anybody that maybe wants to step back and question whether or not they truly need to be on a medication. Because I'm merely just asking a question. So let's talk about it. If being on a medication makes you gain weight, they have nipped the one issue in the bud, but they haven't nipped the other issue in the bud. There's a lot of alternatives to medication, but if you walk into a doctor's office and you say, "Doctor, I have pain in my right arm," and he says, "Okay, let's run some labs," and he comes to find out that you have, maybe a hint in your blood that you have inflammation going on, whatever levels that is in the blood that makes you have inflamed tissue or inflammation in your body. And you say, "Okay, well, what's causing that?" You're a little already overweight. You're a smoker. You don't eat right. You're an unhealthy American, and you basically, I don't know, maybe probably drink and do a few other things. Maybe you work a little harder than you should. So you're forcing that, mostly from foods, I would say, that inflammation into your body. And now all of a sudden he's going to diagnose you with something. He's going to put you on a medication and you're going to blow up and you're going to have headaches and you're going to have all these other side effects from that medication. So at the end, what did you gain? Did it take away your inflammation? No. You walk in there and you tell them, look, I'm overweight, I'm unhealthy, I'm this, that, and the other thing, but I want you to fix this pain in my arm because these pain in my legs and this pain in my knees because my joints are hurting. I don't take a collagen, I don't take a whey protein, I take vitamins once in a while. And again, like I said, I drink. So what do? Does he tell you, okay, go lose some weight and then come back in a month? No, he doesn't want to do that. He prescribes a medication to you and then he tells you to go out and then, figure it out. I don't know. I just know that every time I go to the doctor, if I go to the doctor, and it's only because I do routines a couple times a year, and I basically just go for information. And when I am diagnosed with a disorder that has nothing to do with why I'm in there, it makes me crazy. It makes me question the whole system of why people are taking medication. There are millions of people that don't take medication, and I included. And I am not on psychotic drugs. I am not on antidepressants. And nobody is going to convince me that I need to. But that's what happened to me when I went to the doctors a couple weeks ago for this rheumatoid arthritis that they're telling me that my blood levels are elevated. I don't feel the rheumatoid arthritis, but my labs came back saying I have inflammation. I have a few pounds on me. I'm not maybe taking care of myself. I don't know. Certain foods that I ingest will increase the inflammation in my arm. I learned that my own way. But when I go into the doctor and he sees those levels, he right away wants to write me a prescription for antidepressants. Why? Why do you want to add a medication to my healthy body? Why? And the antidepressants are going to make me gain weight. You want to give me a steroid because I have a little inflammation in my arm and my blood levels are a little increased for some inflammation. So I take the inflammation, I take my ass, and I get out of his doctor's office, not with any of these prescriptions. I go home with that information and I say, okay, you know what you have to do, Chris? You have to buckle down. You have to get your food list out of foods that create inflammation in the body, and you need to omit them. Nightshades is one of them. And we all know what nightshades are, what kind of vegetables and different fruits and stuff like that I cannot have that will cause inflammation in my body. So I omit those. And you know what? Here it is 3 weeks later. I went back from my labs yesterday. Oh my gosh, your medication is working, Chris, after just 3 weeks. And I want to say, you know what? Horseshit, doctor, because I didn't even take your medications when I left 3 weeks ago. I went home and I fixed myself with food in just 3 weeks. So please, somebody tell me, what is wrong with that? What what shit are you pulling here? Because I am going to advocate for natural remedies to fix your body. So if overweight is an issue and the doctor will want to put you, first of all, anybody that goes in and asks a doctor for any medication or something to help them lose weight, the first thing they tell you is see a psychiatrist because you're fat, you eat, you're overweight, you have issues with your mental health. So go see a psychologist. You have to see a psychologist first, any kind of treatment like that before a bariatric surgeon will talk to you. They have to prove you have to prove to them that you are not crazy and want to do this for other reasons other than you're overweight and you tried every diet. Okay, it's a nice little roller coaster ride there. However, the doctor will also want to put you on an antidepressant because people that are overweight, they feel are people that are depressed. No, you became depressed through, I'm going to say, a chain of events that have occurred in your life, whether it came from, and you can have overweight problems in your life by hereditary factors because it's genetics. It's that, but you can kill that you can kill that curse of your family being fat. I mean, I come from an Italian family. I know a lot of my family on my Italian side are overweight people. I will gravitate towards that, but I can kill that curse with myself and I don't have to live that. I can correct my body. I can refocus my body. I can redesign my body. I can teach my body to be a different way. And I don't have to be overweight. But they want, they, as in doctors, the medical doctor will want to put you on an antidepressant, saying that you are overweight and you're depressed. So you're going to continue to eat more. So if he gets you happy, you won't want to eat more and you'll want to lose weight. Bullshit. You're overweight and you're depressed from being overweight. You're not naturally depressed first. And if you want to blame the politics or society or your ex-husband cheating on you or your ex-wife cheating on you or you're getting fired from a job, and I can list 1,000 excuses as to what people use as to why they shove food in their mouth. I don't know. Advertisements are responsible for it. People enticing you with food, alcohol. It's fun. You're a spoiled American. You want to eat what you want when you eat, but you take better care of your car than you do your body, and you know it. Your vehicle gets more attention on a daily basis than you give your body. So, but you'll take a medication because you're convinced of it. It's a lose-lose situation. And there are tons of alternative holistic people out there willing to help you. There are trainers, there are dietitians, there are a host of wonderful people that are not trying to cram medication into your body. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We all know it, but again, the public needs to be aware, and probably they just ignore it, because there's so much debate over pharmaceutical industries. And there's a quote here from an alternative med center, and I don't understand. We are in fact a society with a quick response to everything. So we want, Ozempic right now, but it used to be fen-phen, and it used to be, bariatric surgery, and it used to be another kind of diet pill, and whatever celebrity they can get to endorse something and drop a lot of weight, everybody wants on that ship. But ultimately, I bet if we talk to most of them today, they're all overweight again. And it's a fact. We start a diet from the time we're 18 years old and we go on that diet. So I'm 61 years old. You want to ask me how many diets I've been on? I could guess maybe 50, maybe 50. I go on a diet every year, every other year, every 2 years. I don't know. So when I was 18 and I lost all this weight, how come I didn't keep it off? I don't, yeah, you do know. Because that's life. Our bodies are designed to just fluctuate, and you're not here to look for a situation to sustain you. Suck all the fat out of your body, get weight loss surgery, get yourself down to where there's absolutely nothing left, stay on drugs the rest of your life, however long that will be. And yes, you'll walk around with this thin body, but that will be a fight every single day from the moment you get up. And you will constantly critique yourself day after day after day. And if that's a mental state that you want to be in, see ya. But if you want to be healthy, and that is the whole objective of Be Healthy Lifestyle, one Be Healthy Life, that is what this podcast is. That's who I am. That's what I'm all about. And that's what I want to maintain. I am here to help people. I'm on a mission to help people be healthy. I am healthy, and I want you to join me. I don't want friends that I see destroying their life. I don't want to meet new people that I see are already destroying their life. I don't want to be a part of that world. I don't know how to be a part of that world. I know what makes us happy. I know what makes us healthy. And I know how we can do that naturally to sustain that kind of life, because the whole objective, if it could be anything in this world, we want to be healthy. I know that is my objective, and I'm 61. I want to be strong. I want to live a long life, but I don't want some doctor, and this is really no disrespect to the doctors. In a way, it's not, but the prescriptions that are written, and are they really solving problems? Are they just sustaining your life? And I think that's where a lot of my anger comes out of, because nearly 7 out of 10 adults age 40 to 79, and I'm going to go just with that, are on at least 2 prescription medications that they don't need to be on. two prescriptions, and you know that 49% of them are antidepressants. So I have quite a few people in my circle that are on antidepressants, and I can't for the life of me understand why. I want to get involved. I want to help. And I honestly, I don't even know why, but it is my business. It is my business because I don't want to live in a world where everybody is medicated. And then now all of a sudden you're controlled by the entire world. And you know that is how that happens. You take somebody's food, you're going to be able to control them. You take their medication, you're more than going to be able to control them. And if you're medicated and I'm not, what level are we on? What playing ground are we on? Are you going to tell me you're taking antidepressants because you're depressed because your husband left you? No, you're taking it because you're overweight? No. Then why are you taking it? Because you're depressed. So why are you depressed? And you're letting somebody convince you that you're depressed. And that just blows my mind anymore. And if you're upset and you're walking around your house having a pity party for yourself, because that's generally where it starts. You have a stupid pity party for yourself and you go to the doctors. He catches wind of that. He prescribes you a medication and he makes his car payment off of it. Are you kidding me? What did you gain? So you get a little happy pill and you go home and now you can still dance around your miserable life? No, it's the life you have to fix. It's the body you have to fix. It's getting rid of that guy that you have to fix. It's the job you have to fix. It's all these things. So I think the saddest thing, I watched a documentary the other day, and the saddest thing that I took away from it was the doctors. There were two doctors in this documentary, and all they kept mocking was the way we are so lazy with our life and the way that society, which is, I guess he was referring to maybe social media. I think social media is fun. It's entertaining. When I watch social media, I get entertained by it. I love the social media of the animals and different things like that. I don't want to see your crotch or you beating up somebody or, just the crazy shit that's on there. That's not the social media. I'm talking about the fun stuff, the people that actually make videos over their animals being stupid or their babies being adorable or them taking a vacation or something they want to sell or something that you're learning by. Social media was intended for us to share that. I love that social media also provides us with information on ground level about stuff that the regular media like NBC and all that, those crazy ass liars, that they create an environment for us based on what they want to provide you. Whereas we get it firsthand from a lot of the people on social media because they got their cameras out and they can see, something that created, that happened, and they can create a video out of it and give us that firsthand, like, the floods, natural disasters and stuff like that. I want to see the real stuff. I don't want to see the cropped stuff. So social media was intended for other reasons that we are now abusing it with. And it makes people that are overweight, young girls or young boys, that there's this different world out there. It's all fantasy. So you go home to your life and you become depressed because you don't want to make changes. So you keep your face involved in social media and it takes away from the reality aspects, the reality, can't say that word, of what is really going on. So get off the medication, get off the antidepressants, get off the blood pressure, get off the blood sugar. I have one very dear friend of mine that swears he's a type 2 diabetic and he is living on these insulins and stuff like that. But yet I can go out to dinner with him and I can see him eat and drink. And I think, uh-uh, uh-uh. You, you're on that medication because of what you're shoving in your mouth. And while I try to convince him otherwise, he still believes what the doctor says. He doesn't want to believe that this food and I send him documentaries and I try to discuss different things with him, but there's not enough information out there for people to try to just say, is there another way? And that's really all I want you to listen to today is there an alternative? Can I get off these medications? If you can list your medications and say to yourself, let me see what I can check off and let me look into it. That's all I'm asking. If you're taking a blood pressure medication, my ex-husband used to blame me for his high blood pressure. Are you kidding me? I don't even want to hear it. So don't blame me for you having high blood pressure. Why do you have high blood pressure? I don't know. You're almost 300 pounds. You're sitting there until 2, 3 in the morning eating, and your stomach is so full you can use it as a plate, a shelf for your plate. Are you serious? So that's an ex-husband, okay? But I am not responsible for your health. You're responsible for your health. But people like to blame other people, and that was just one little thing. I shouldn't even say that, but I did. Anyway, this documentary, this doctor, all they did was slam the American public, that I felt sorry for them, because the ones that they're talking about isn't me, but it's people that I know. And they just kept calling them lazy. And they love writing prescription meds because it's so easy, and it keeps that system working. I mean, honestly, it keeps that alive. That the pharmaceutical industry and doctors, it keeps it alive, and we keep feeding it because we are maybe lazy. But that's all they had to say out of the whole documentary. That's what I took away, was they weren't there to help. If you go into a doctor's office and you're overweight and you say, "Doctor, I'm overweight," and you're not on an antidepressant, and he doesn't give you an antidepressant by the time you leave, you call me and I will make a public apology to that, because that is bullshit. The first thing he will do is, if you are overweight, he will tell you that you need an antidepressant, that you're depressed, if you're not already on one when you walk in. And then he will tell you that maybe you should seek some kind of counseling and anything like that, because he's going to already diagnose you as being depressed and being overweight. So I honestly, the only takeaway I want is, I want people to say, "Okay, Chris, I'm going to look at my medication that I'm taking right now. I want to get off of it." If you can think and imagine just for a second, close your eyes and think, do I really want to be dependent on all these medications? Do I want my doctor to be the one to make me want to get up every day? So what happens if this all goes away? Let's just say that we wake up tomorrow and there's no more medication being made. What are you going to do? You're going to grow it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to freak the heck out is what you're going to do. And you're going to not know what to do. As far as food, if our food source runs out, you got to have a plan B for that as well. But if your medication runs out, do you have a plan B? There isn't one. So you might have to grow it. Okay. But what if it's not that kind of medication? Then what are you going to do? Just find out holistic ways or another way. I can't, I can sit here. I don't want to be that doctor. I don't want to be your dietitian. I don't want to do that because I'm not even qualified for that. But I do know that herbal medicine, chiropractors, acupuncture, aromatherapy, yoga, their food, diet, all kinds of stuff. If you have to have bariatric surgery, they're going to put you a year at least of all kinds of tests and therapy and all kinds of stuff. And a year later, they'll give you surgery to lose weight. And I'm not talking about people that have to lose like 400 pounds. I'm talking about people that have to lose, I don't know, 20, 40, 80, 150 pounds. You could lose that. You could lose that any way you want. Are you on medication? Go get some Ozempic when Ozempic goes away. So it's so diluted now and you can buy it anywhere. Are you really buying Ozempic? I don't know. I mean, what is it going to do? You're going to gain your weight right back as soon as you're off of it. And then we're going to talk again. So, and then after Ozempic, you lose your hair and you have all these other health problems. Now you're off of it and you're going to gain weight. You're going to get depressed and you're going to go to the doctor and he's going to give you something else. So the podcast is not to kill doctors, as far as, bash them and kill them and, say they're bad people, because a lot of their stuff that they do is good, but a lot of their stuff that they do is not good. And I'm sorry, I don't care. I know a few of them and I know how fast they are to pick up a pen. And I've had it done to me personally. And I find it disrespectful. And I find it that they insult my intelligence. And it's ignorant for them to even assume that everybody wants to be on a medication. And that's what my doctor was assuming even yesterday. So I was just confused with that she actually thought the medication I was taking cured me when it did not. So I won't take it. but I use them for information and to keep me on point as to where my body is going and it's aging. And of course, I'm going to have situations where it's going to not look good one day or my labs aren't going to be normal that day. That's an aging process and that's natural. And will I use medications in the future? I guess that would depend on what it is. But as far as Be Healthy is concerned, the whole business was started with the whey protein because of the amount of protein that the body needs to sustain its life and level, and protein in the body. It's a major source for us. Whey protein has to be implemented every single day. I can't stress that enough. And as the body ages, protein is not going to create itself like it used to. It is, I mean, as far as muscle mass and weight loss and bone density, immune system. I mean, there's a million things that you can imagine that having good protein in the body can help you. I mean, your skin, your hair, nails, everything. A lifestyle is a choice. And a few people have asked me in our lifestyle group, Be Healthy Lifestyle on Facebook, and they have questioned it. It's like, okay, so what is a lifestyle? Not everybody understands what kind of lifestyle. I can't live a healthy lifestyle. And they associate it with somebody at the gym or a yoga instructor, that's a size 2 that comes in. Yes, they're living a very healthy lifestyle. I get that. And that is their mission. That's a healthy lifestyle. But just in general, there is also a healthy lifestyle. There's getting rid of the toxic environment that you surround yourself with every day, whether it be in places that you eat, people that you choose to live with, be around, people that you choose to go to dinner with, what you choose to put in your body, huffing and puffing on stuff that you buy that gives you this, obviously that's something that, and it's cigarettes, and there's those, I don't know what they're called. I probably should learn what they're called, but I don't really want to. That's how much I don't care. So there's those inhalers, and you can buy all kinds of flavors and stuff, and it takes the place of cigarettes, and I don't know what they're called. But anyway, and I feel stupid that I don't. But the point I'm trying to make is I see people with them through the store just sitting and sucking on it like it's a pacifier. You've become an adult with a pacifier. You've just created this ugly thing in your world, and that's not healthy. And the more people that all use it, they call that normal. People that don't, which is a few of us, don't see that as normal. But we can't convince you because there's more abnormal. So you want to call that normal, and you have no right to call that normal. So I don't want to identify with that. Let's just say that. So you surround yourself with all this stuff and you want to be healthy. I want to help people be healthy. You have to take an inventory of all the shit in your life. That's the first thing. And if you think I don't have shit in my life, yes, I do. I get things that come into my life. I get rid of it right away. And if I can't get rid of it right away, I figure out a really fast way to get rid of it because it isn't benefiting me by any means. You can't convince me to drink. You can't convince me to do drugs. You can't convince me to take prescription meds. You can't convince me to pull in the McDonald's line. I'm not going to do it. So a healthy lifestyle is choosing to change all your habits that do not agree with you, that no longer align with you. And if you think smoking weed every day and drinking beer every day and not being able to keep your pants up or not being able to walk to the end of the driveway without sitting down, if you think that not having enough money because you can't get a second job or you don't want to get a first job that's of any quality because you don't want to go back to school because you're overweight and you're unhealthy. I mean, I can go on and on about all kinds of things that you're making toxic things in your environment stay with you. Therefore, you go to the doctors and it gives you all kinds of medication. It makes you feel better, but you still go home living in a life, in a world that you're unhealthy with. So as far as your weight is concerned, that is the number one thing I believe that makes people unhealthy. And then that just snowballs. Because if you're overweight, you're not going to be with a decent person that in your eyes, or a good looking person or a better person. No, you're going to take somebody equivalent to you that's also overweight. The two of you are going to be miserably overweight and unhealthy together. So misery loves company. If you lose the weight because you need to lose the weight, you will feel better, you will look better, you will not be medicated, and you will be able to perform in your life the way that you were supposed to. You owe that to yourself. You are supposed to be healthy. You are not here to be unhealthy. Who the hell ever said that's what we have a body for? It is created to be healthy, and we are here to live a healthy life. So if I can help in any way, I want to. I'm putting myself out there for that. And of course, I'm going to get a lot of lash lashing for today's broadcast. But if anybody can benefit by this by saying, hey, I have a broadcast that you might want to listen to. I know you take a bunch of stuff. Maybe she can help you, guide you, getting you in the right direction, and you can get off some of that medication, especially that antidepressant. Depressant meds they're horrible. And a lot of it is, of course, when you get somebody when they're down, you can get them down even more. And you give them medication, and now you've got them where you want them. And what more do they think about themselves? Every day, that's where they think they're going to live. So if there's somebody that you could share this with that can benefit by it, I would love that. I thank you for being a part of today's podcast. I'm here to just help. That is my mission. I want to help people live a healthy life. I want to show you how happy you can be, and it's not going to be easy. But again, nothing is easy. And I'm sure being medicated every day and being overweight every day is not easy. So if I can help you identify that and help you list it out and take an inventory, and I have nothing to gain here other than just knowing that another person's life was touched with good health or with the opportunity. And a lot of people might not even know there is an option. So if I can at least show you that there's an option and it doesn't cost anything, it's just about making changes. And today, just thank you for joining in. That's what I have to say. My name is Chris with Be Healthy. We are One Be Healthy Life. If you want to join us on our Facebook group, it's Be Healthy Lifestyle. Weight and health go together. Everything else follows after that. Just jump, save yourself. If you're in a situation that you're